Hey, we're at number 10 on my top 10, finally, and that's The Cove. Something that I try to keep in mind when watching documentaries is if it's good enough to be enjoyed even if you don't agree with it. And yes, it is. These people really know how to make a documentary. They set up each shot perfectly, keeping in mind what needed to be shown, and they even managed to deliver it in a way where it'll make you laugh, cry, or even just get plain pissed off. And this isn't one of those PETA movies where they try to guilt you into agreeing with them by showing you a bunch of pictures of dead animals. The majority of the movie feels like a real-life spy mission. I recommend this movie to everybody, especially animal lovers.
The thing that turned me around was the death of Flipper, of Kathy. And she was really depressed. I could feel it. I could see it. And she committed suicide in my arms. I know that's a very strong word, suicide, but you have to understand dolphins and other whales are not automatic air breathers like we are. Every breath they take is a conscious effort. And so they can end their life whenever life becomes too unbearable by not taking the next breath. And it's in that context I use the word suicide. She did that. She swam into my arms and looked me right in the eye and took a breath and didn't take another one. And I just let her go, and she sank straight down on her belly at the bottom of the tank. The next day, I was in the Bimini jail for trying to free a dolphin at the Lerner Marine Laboratory. That's how I reacted to it. I was going to free every captive dolphin I could.
Coming in at number 9 is Moon, directed by Duncan Jones, who is actually David Bowie's son. The movie stars Sam Rockwell and is scored by Clint Mansell, who also did the score for Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. There's an artificial intelligence named Gertie, played by Kevin Spacey, which is really inspired by HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. But even so, this movie is definitely original. Everything about this movie is pretty great. I don't want to give away any more about the movie than the trailer did, but I will say that it's not so much an action science fiction movie as it is a science fiction drama.
8:19 Pacific Time. Readouts are as follows. Matthew, 9.8 miles. Mark is 9.
Hey, Gertie. I can roll.
At number 8 we have Thirst from the director of Oldboy. Even if you don't think that this is the best vampire movie ever made, which arguably it is, it certainly is the most fucked up. And it doesn't even rely on that for it to be good. Chan-wook Park has grown so much as a director that the delivery of this movie brings new meaning to the word omniscient. This is just a fantastic director. He has complete control of everything that's happening in the movie. He even throws in a lot of clever foreshadowing to people who might notice after watching it a second time. The story revolves around a priest who becomes a vampire and is forced to abandon his life of non-violence. I wouldn't recommend this movie to everyone as the pacing is a little unconventional and the movie is very weird. But if you're a fan of his older work or just want to see a fucked up story with really interesting characters, then this movie's for you. Number 7 is another movie from South Korea called Mother, from the director of The Host. If there's one thing that this director can do well, it's to combine both serious and humorous story elements effectively. Mother tells the story of a woman who's trying to solve a murder mystery to get her son out of jail. The movie is both hilarious and dramatic. It's just a joy to watch altogether.
진짜 도장 찍은 거야? 왜 그랬어? 네가 죽였더라도 그래도 아니라고 해야지.
죽었으면 죽였다고 해야지.
네가 죽인 거야.
미쳤어, 엄마. 당연히 안 죽였지.
근데 왜 그랬어, 이 바보야?
바보라니 아들한테!
At number 6 on my list is A Single Man. This fantastic film only serves as further proof that the MPAA is full of homophobic bigots. A Single Man gets an R rating in the United States, when it gets a PG rating in Canada.
You are soft and cuddly, and you are warm and fuzzy, lonely blue-eyed Nazi prom.
No, there's no hardcore gay sex in this movie, but the main character is gay. So for all you people that think you need to suck a dick just to relate to a gay character, then maybe you should do just that. What I really like about this movie is the way they use selective coloring. It helps bring us into the character's mind, understanding what makes him happy in the sad world that he lives in. I'm sorry, Jeff Bridges, but Colin Firth should have won the Academy Award for this one. Colin Firth was amazing in this movie.
It takes time in the morning for me to become George. Time to adjust to what is expected of George and how he is to behave. By the time I've dressed and put the final layer of polish on the now slightly stiff but quite perfect George, I know fully what part I'm supposed to play. Looking in the mirror, staring back at me, isn't so much a face as the expression of a predicament. Just get through the goddamn day.
So as we're approaching the top 5, you might be wondering where the Hurt Locker is. And I like the Hurt Locker a lot. Like enough to put on this list. But there's one problem. I have principles. The producers of the Hurt Locker are greedy fucks. They started lawsuits against people that downloaded the movie. Lawsuits against people. What, you weren't happy with your $50 million? What, is it because Avatar came out the same year? The notion that internet piracy destroys the movie industry is fucking bullshit. It's been disproven countless times. But we won the Academy Award, so we should have made more than Avatar, right? I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that people couldn't see it while it was winning those Academy Awards. Its widest release was 535 theaters. One of the producers even got banned from the Oscars because he sent them all emails trying to get them to pick the Hurt Locker instead of Avatar. Now compare the movie to X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was leaked on the internet before it hit theaters, and everyone said it was bad, and the critics said it was bad. And it still made over $373 million. I wonder if that had to do with the fact that there were over 4,000 theaters showing it. These greedy fucks don't deserve to make another dime off this movie. Do not pay any money to see this movie. Buy it secondhand. Watch it at a friend's house. Borrow it from a friend. Or you can have my copy. That's right. I'm gonna mail one of you lucky motherfuckers my perfectly legally purchased copy of The Hurt Locker.
On Blu-ray! Experience our movies on Blu-ray. This is how our movies are meant to be lived.
How do you like them horse apples? To win this fantastic prize, you must be subscribed to this channel on YouTube, favorite part 1 of this video, and leave a comment on part 1 of this video saying "Wah." That's right, I'm being a YouTube douchebag. Sue me. Once part 1 hits 200 comments, then it's over. I'll use a randomizer to determine the winner. But think of it this way, if you watch this video before everyone else, and you leave 200 comments, then you win. So now that I'm done whoring myself out and selling my soul, we can get back to my top 5.
A friend